Jags Nation. This is the Action Sports Jax Postgame Show, sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.
Huge win for the Jags. Jags. They take down the Texans at NRG Stadium 24-21 in a really great, exciting, fun football game, chock full of big plays, had about everything you could want in a football game. And you compare that to some of the other games that were being played at the 1 o'clock time slot, and we'll talk about that later. And this really was the marquee 1 o'clock game of the day, in my opinion. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Post-game show. Hicken here. Brent is in Houston NRG Stadium. We're going to hear from, well, everybody, all the particulars. We've got Rayshawn Jenkins getting queued up. We'll have that for you in just a minute. But, man, oh, man, it was tough. And when the Texans got that touchdown with 7 minutes to go, I got worried. I'll be honest with you. 24-21. Jags had a 10-point lead, and McManus missed a 55-yard field goal. In the end, Amendola, I think D'Amico Ryans made a mistake going for the 58-yarder. 4th and 12. I'm going to let Stroud try to get me that first down. I don't know if that, but credit Josh Allen for, again, another outstanding performance. 2.5 sacks. He's got 12 single-handedly, man. And Trayvon helped too. But single-handedly, man, Josh Allen is putting together a career year. I mean, you can't say enough good things about the way he played. I think Trev got tired of hearing about how great C.J. Stroud is, and C.J. Stroud is a great quarterback. But all y'all who sit there on Twitter and come at me with his junk about Stroud is this and Stroud, man, y'all can have them. Go get your battle red jerseys and head on I-10, all right? We'll stick with Trev. We're running with him. He got the job done today. He threw for 364. Is that enough for you? The one interception was a horrible call by the officials, who had him on both sides, by the way. There you see the comparison. Let's see. Stroud also ran for one. Trev ran for one. So two really good young quarterbacks. And I'll give C.J. Stroud his due. He's going to be a great player. But I like our guy, too. And our guy showed out today. Calvin Ridley woke up. I don't know if he was taking a nap in the first half. I don't know if they were taking him away in the first half. I don't know if they shifted coverage in the second half. But Ridley had a heck of a good second half. Jags able to get the victory in a game that they really controlled the whole way. All right, we got screwed on a bad call. I'm going to say this about the referees, man. I can deal with it at the college level. I can deal with those horrible refs in the Florida State game last night on both sides. But this is the NFL, man. This is unacceptable. Too much at stake. Billion-dollar industry. You got to be better. You've got to be better. There are some horse bleep calls out there today. I mean, my gosh. Evan Ingram gets held. Trevor throws it. You got to throw a flag. You don't. And then we got makeup calls. We got all this junk going on. Really bad. Really bad by the head official and that crew. If I see that crew in the playoffs, then I'm going to keep a note. And if I see that crew in the playoffs, I'm going to have a problem. Because then you got a situation where you don't have enough good officials if that crew does a playoff game. I'll tell you that right now. That was terrible. Terribly officiated. But give the Jags credit. They played great football today, I thought. Say again? Okay, let's look at some game notes. Total yards, almost 100 more. First downs, we win. Penalties, I throw out. Love third down efficiency, 7-13. Doug getting fricasseed a little bit on social media for the end of the half. I said kick the field goal, make it 16-7, make it a 2-score game. He chose to go for it. Okay, you want to stay aggressive? I'm cool with that. What I'm not cool with is the play call. And we got stuffed. We had a hard time running the football today. Could be a costly win. Cam Robinson, tears in his eyes. And you get tears in your eyes when, not because it hurts, but because you're being told maybe your season is over. So we'll find out. But it did not look good. And you know what? Balky, I'll give you credit for getting Ezra Cleveland, because you move Walker a little over, you put Ezra Cleveland in. I criticize, and I will continue to criticize, for not getting a pass rush. Man, C.J. Stroud had time to throw today. Although the Jags did have 4 sacks, it was weird in that respect. You got to give Stroud credit for eluding some of them. But you also got to find, Roy Robertson-Harris had a push up front for one of the sacks. Josh Allen, 2.5. Trayvon Walker, a half a sack today. So overall, again, you held the Texans at 21. You scored 24. You get out of there with a win. Would I kick the field goal at the end of the half? Absolutely. I said it on Twitter, on the road especially. I know that Doug Pederson wants to stay aggressive. I thought when they went for it again on the 4th and 1 and somehow we didn't have 6 on the line of scrimmage or whatever. Again, referees very dicey today. Trevor snuck it for a first down, but we got pushed back 5. We tried the field goal. We missed the field goal. Houston goes down and scores, and suddenly it's 24-21. Things got a little dicey there at the end. But again, credit Josh Allen, who single-handedly had 2 big sacks of Stroud that forced the issue, made DeMeco Ryan. It'd be interesting to see what DeMeco Ryan says about not keeping the ball in C.J. Stroud's hands on 4th and 12 and trying a 58-yard field goal with a backup kicker who's 0 for 4, now 0 for 5 and 50 yards plus on field goals. So great win, 8-3. Control of the division, man, as good as it gets. I have gone on record and told you people this, and I will say it again. The Jags are going to end this year 13-4. And I said if they won today, in control of the division, 13-4 coming your way. There's one more loss out there. I don't know who it'll be. Keep winning, and that Baltimore game could be huge. Could be for control of the AFC. The Chiefs, the Jags, the Dolphins, the Ravens seem to be separating. Great win for the Jags. Hey, the Colts got a nice win today to get to 6-5. Liv, you're going to have to update the bottom who they play next week. We know who the Jags play Monday night against the Cincinnati Bengals, who scored 10 points today. Again, it's not Joe Burrow anymore. So Colts play the Titans. I don't care. Who do the Texans play? That's who I care about, because they tell me that the Texans had an easier schedule coming down. That's why today was such a good win for the Jags, in my opinion. The Broncos, who are hot. So do we have Rayshawn? All right, here's Brent and Rayshawn Jenkins right after the game.
I guess this is why they say winning's hard in the NFL.
Yeah, man, but, if you're going to have meaningful games late in the season, you have to play in games like this. And this is a great battle-tested game, and we did exactly what we knew we were going to do, come out on top, and now it's on to the next.
It's one of those weird games. It felt like you were in control a lot and just couldn't get away from them enough.
Man, it's a divisional game, man. Like we knew this was going to come down to the last. It literally came down to the last play. So, man, hats off to the team, hats off to the coaches, man, the entire organization. This is great to have, man, and man, we're going to enjoy this, and we're on to the next.
How tough are they to defend for as long as you have to defend them in the secondary?
Man, that quarterback, he just buys time. He rolls out in the pocket, buys time, so you really have to plaster. He has a little, I told the guys earlier, man, he has a little Mahomes in him, man, as far as just extending plays.
One last one. What did you think on the field goal? Did you know once it hit the boink, was it going in or out?
Oh, it was out. It was out. I saw it. I probably had the best view because I was the closest to the ball, but man, as soon as I seen that, man, I just knew the game was over, man, and we celebrated.
Congrats, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Jaguars in first place. Huge win here in Houston. They don't ask you how you get the wins. They ask you if you win, and the Jags get it done. On the road, they're now 5-0 on the road this season as Trevor walks off the field after a big-time performance from the Jaguars quarterback in this one. We'll send it back to you. Much more to come from a victorious and happy Jaguars locker room. We'll see you on Monday Night Football next week in Jacksonville.
Don't you think Brent should be a little more personal? Let's send it back to you, Dan. I mean, we've been working together for a decade, right? Don't you think so? Or am I wrong? Am I being sensitive, Liv? Yeah, I think I'm right. Hey, Dan, let's go back to you. We'll send it back to you. Like, who's you? You know who you is, Brent. It's me. It's your buddy. It's your pal. It's your friend. It's your comrade. It's your colleague. Anyway, and also I was thinking of this, too. Should the Jags, and I don't think they did, should the Jags have had a player, their best leaper, back at the goalpost to jump up and knock the ball down? I wonder if you're allowed to do that, right? I don't know, maybe you're not allowed to do that. I'm going to have to check. You put the sack leaders up. I'll get to them. Let's look at the sack leaders. I know that's my mistake. You're doing fine. Congratulations, Josh Allen. Now is blown by Yannick Ngakoue. Deservedly so. He has a sight. He may catch Tony Bracken's by this year, by the way. Nah, I'm just kidding. But nonetheless, golly, he's got 12 sacks this year. What a great performance. I can't say enough good things about Josh Allen. All right, let me get you up to date on what happened in the rest of the league. And let me tell you why that game was such a fun 24-21, two really good young quarterbacks. Imagine this game, right? Hey, the Giants win 10-7 over New England. They bench Mac Jones. They put in Bailey Zappi. They're playing with Tommy DeVito. 10-7 your final. That's a game of two teams going absolutely nowhere. Speaking of, the Titans, they beat Carolina 17-10. They're celebrating. Titans win. So what? They're going nowhere, right? They're not. Will Levis is just going to learn okay. He might be good one day. He ain't right now. And Bryce Young, oh boy, they're wondering why they didn't get C.J. Stroud. Again, bad football. Cincinnati, through no fault of their own, doesn't have Joe Burrow. Pittsburgh, through a fault of its own, has a quarterback who is unimpressive, right? The kid from Pitt. So they got the win, but 16-10 your final. Give Tomlin credit. He finds ways to win. The Chew got one. They're 6-5. They're pesky. They could slide in as a wild card, maybe. They beat the Bucs 27-20. So they're still in the hunt. They're tied with Houston at 6-5. So that's interesting with what's going on with those guys. So some of the games from earlier today, let's see, do we have? Oh, yeah, here's one. Again, the NFC South, 2 5-6 teams. Desmond Ridder, 24 points. For whatever reason, David Carr threw a terrible, terrible pick six, 92-yard return by Jesse Bates, and those 7 points kill you in a game like this. Falcons, Birds beating the Saints 24-15. Just going, you know what happened on Thursday, so I don't have to review all those games. Oh, I like this one right here. Caleb Von Chason celebrating with Josh Allen. Well done. Nice victory, though, for the Jags, who did it offensively, defensively. Brandon McManus will allow one miss. You get your one miss. He had made 19, I think, in a row. So pretty good stuff from Brandon McManus until he missed the 55-yard mistake. Couldn't run the ball. That's a negative, but not the end of the world, right? I mean, it's okay. They got the ball to ETN on the edge a couple times. That seemed to help a little bit. I think, what did ETN end up with, Liv? Do you have his numbers? Okay. I'll hold on. But he averaged that's 2 yards a carry, gang. Almost 3, but that's 20 carries he had. I like that kid, though. He's tough. He got hurt, chest injury. What about Luke Farrell? Give it up for Luke Farrell. 3 receptions for 55 yards. I would bet you that Trevor will tell you the one pass that he would like to have back is the one where he had Evan Ingram open in the back of the end zone and he airmailed it because he so desperately wants to get Ingram that touchdown. Now let's peek ahead and let me show you what I'm talking about with the schedule here and why I'm kind of coming out telling you that the Jags are in really good shape, okay? As, again, remember when they lose, they tend to rattle off wins. Remember they lost to Detroit last year. They won 5 in a row. Lost to the Texans this year. They won 5 in a row. Lost to the Niners. Now they got 2 divisional wins in a row. Again, I like them over the Bengals. I like them over the Browns. Brent said it. Jags haven't lost on the road, right? So, hey, man, I expect them to be 10-3 with these guys, these fellas coming to town on a Sunday night. Without Mark Andrews, by the way, their tight end. But that's what I expect. I expect to win this Monday night game. I expect to go up to Cleveland and win and be 10-3 with this game. And then Christmas Eve in Tampa, Carolina at home, Titans on the road, maybe an important game, maybe not. Again, I'm going to say it. I'll just say it again. One more loss. That's it. One more loss for this team. Now, 8-3. Right? Is that our record? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-3. Yeah, 8-3. So good stuff for the Jags and a chance to really now, they're in control of the division. It's not over yet. In control of the division, but at the very worst, should be competing for one of the top spots in the AFC. I don't know if they can get the 1 seed, man. Gosh, wouldn't that be nice? But there's no reason why they can't get the 2 seed. There really isn't. We need to take advantage of what the football gods have given us, and that's injuries in the AFC North, right? We got the AFC North coming up, Bengals and Browns, and then we got Lamar, who's still cooking. So got to take advantage of that and see where we go. We're waiting Doug Pederson. He'll speak here momentarily. We'll get his thoughts. He'll be asked about that fourth down call at the end of the half. That'll be interesting. Also had another 4th down call he went for, but there was a penalty on the play. Oddly officiated game for sure. Let's listen in. Here's the coach, Doug Pederson, approaching the podium now and speaking. Let's listen in.
Every win and every loss, humbly, and that's what we got to do. I mean, it's a great win for our team. It puts us a few games up, and that was our goal this week, obviously. But our guys battled for 60 minutes. We knew it was going to be a tough football game. It's a really good football team here in Houston that plays tough, plays hard, and plays to the end. And our guys learned we're learning how to finish, and really proud of our guys for the way they hung in there today.
It seemed like Trevor was comfortable pretty much the whole game. What did you see from him? And was it kind of going in? Did you kind of feel like this could be one of those things where you're going to pass the ball a lot?
Quarterbacks feel comfortable when they're getting protection, and so my hat's off to the offensive line. And when Cam went down, we had to shuffle Walker out and Ezra coming in, and proud of those 2 guys for taking on that role. And they did a great job, and really the whole offensive line did a great job, keeping Trevor, clean and upright, and to have the type of day that Trevor did today. And he just seems to get better each week. And we'll take a look at this film and make the corrections and continue to improve. Say that again.
Is that a long 4 or 5 seconds for you when that kicks in the air?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously, when he hit it, I wasn't sure, if it was going to make it or not. Just, I guess, glad it didn't.
On the road, in the division, late season, that's kind of all the elements you want for that, right?
Exactly. We knew coming down here that this crowd was going to be energized, for the way they've been playing, and rightfully so, and the way their quarterback's been playing, and again, rightfully so, and we knew that coming here, and I felt like our guys really for the most part, handled the noise really well. The communication was good, and it's a tough place to play when this fan base is jazzed up like they were today. It's hard. It's hard to hear. It's loud on the field, but. Great road win for us to come here and do what we did today.
Process for the decision on, first and goal from the 1 last play of the first half.
Yeah, it was a really easy decision. I was going for it the whole way. You make a play like that, and you kind of got them back on the ropes. And if you can get the 7 points there and get the ball to start the second half, those should be favorable opportunities. I'll just say this, credit Houston. The guy made a great play. Defensively, he stopped Travis in the hole, and just a great opportunity, a great play by them, but I would do that again.
Now the second all-time franchise leader in sacks. Just what did you think about his play, and then obviously at the end there, how big were those couple sacks?
The D-line had to continue to fight through the whistle, and same with the defensive backs. I mean, CJ's he can extend plays. We saw it today, and his eyes are always down the field. He's looking for the big play, and for our D-line to run all over the field sometimes, it felt like, to make plays. It's just a credit to them, and just the no-quit mentality. And Josh had a heck of a game, today, and particularly here at the end.
How big was Ridley for you? Just the moments today when you needed in the third quarter, touchdown, big play, 2-point.
Yeah, really just seems to get more comfortable with the offense, get more comfortable with Trevor, and we've been able to move him around a little bit more and try to create some space for him, and he comes up big every week, and just something that proud of him for the way he plays and his toughness. There was a couple nice third downs in there, and that we converted with him and really all the guys. But it was another good performance by him today. I don't know yet until we get back, until we do a full write-up, mock-up on him and, exam. I'll let you probably know tomorrow. All right, thanks.
All right, there you hear Doug Pederson thrilled about it. There's talk about Cam Robinson at the end, by the way, and he won't know. He knows. They all know. If it's bad, they know, but that's what they do. They go through all the rigmarole, and then we'll see what happens. But again, thankfully, Walker Little able to slide, and he's right. The offensive line gave Trevor time today. I have to admit that's correct. I thought the offensive line played well, and we probably should have mentioned them. The kick was no good, as we look at the wall that says it all. The Jags win 24-21, 2-game lead and command of the AFC South. Sacking CJ, 2.5 sacks for Josh Allen. Terrific performance. The octopus strikes, that's 8 points. That's a touchdown and a 2-point, hence the octopus. And here are the numbers you got to love about Trevor Lawrence, man. 364 yards. That's his best of the year. I think it's his second best in his career, just outside the top 10 all-time by the Jags. Mark Brunell holds the franchise record. Did you know that? 432 yards passing against the New England Patriots in a loss, by the way. I think it was 1996, if I'm not mistaken. So, and Blake had a 430-yard passing game as well. Yards don't always tell the story, but I thought Trevor, best game of the year by far. The interception ticks me off. I hope it ticks him off because he shouldn't have had it. He got screwed by the officials on that one, and that's unfortunate. He ran for his third touchdown of the year, and he threw his 12th touchdown pass of the year. So 2 good games in a row from Trevor, and second half Trevor might be back. Remember what he did last year with 15-2? Maybe he'll have some more of that. Brent, with Josh Allen, arguably the star of the game and certainly the star of the defense afterwards.
Josh, what does passing you on for a second all-time in franchise history mean to you?
I mean, it's a testament to my teammates, testament to God first and foremost, a testament to my teammates. All those guys had trust in me that I can, get those sacks. So for me, man, it's just great teamwork, and it's for me, man. I want to leave a legacy everywhere that I go. So for me, just to be able to accomplish a feat like that, man, is huge. But I play to be top 2, but not 2. So for me, man, it's just to keep going, finish the season strong, and go get the next one.
How good was Trevor today from the sideline?
He was awesome. Ridley too. Oh my gosh, can't cover him. And when them two are in sync the way they were today, even Kirk, it's great to see when our running game's going, screen game's going. I feel like we can throw the ball against anybody the way they look today. So, we can continue to have faith and continue to push the ball down the field and get those yards or just to flip the field position. They don't even have to get points to flip the field position for us. We can flip it for them. And it's a great team win. And I'm excited about Monday.
You sense this is just the beginning between you guys and them and Stroud and Trevor for years to come?
I think it's going to be a hell of a battle for the next years. I talked to Will Anderson after the game, and I told him that, when he came in, man, it's a battle. You gotta set yourself to be the best defensive player in the NFC South, because that's the way I thought about it. So for me, man, it's to outwork anybody and everybody in our division so I can be the top dog. And for him, I told him that. So that's the standard that he set, and I'm excited to see how his career is going to be. And so when I play against him, it's only up.
How personally rewarding is this game for you? You've had other games where I'm sure you felt a lot of pride after it was over. Where does this one rank?
My career is not over yet, but as of right now, it's a great feeling. Obviously we got the win the way we did. The help for the God to give me the energy and to give me the confidence that I can go out there and keep pushing the quarterback back further and further away was just a testament, man. And kudos to my teammates, Foyer for lining us up, giving us the right call, secondary for plastering the coverage, and the D-line for doing their job as well. So, I didn't do it by myself. I'm excited to grow, because obviously when I look back, I don't think I had the best game ever. I don't think all my rushes were perfect, so there's definitely room for improvement, but I played against an all-pro tackle, and for me, man, I want to compete against those like that, and I want to beat them. So for me, I know I have to get better, and but I got the ones that counted, and now I can just move on.
Money's falling out of his pockets, by the way, the money he's making this year with 12 sacks in a contract year. Jags have to pay him because they have nobody else who's a pass rusher like him. They must pay him, okay? And then they have to go get another pass rusher and then, see what they do with Trayvon, maybe move him inside, or maybe he continues to develop. I think he's up to 5 sacks on the year, so he's improved from his first year. So that's the good news. But Josh Allen is going to get a payday. If it's not here, it's going to be somewhere else, and it better be here. It would be a huge mistake to let that young man leave. He's just entering his prime. He is playing relentlessly and having an outstanding football season. Remember, he fell in the draft. They were surprised he dropped down to, I think he was picked 7th overall, if I'm not mistaken. Most had thought he would be going 3rd or 4th, and he kept falling, and the Jags took him. They hadn't planned on him being there, but they did the right thing and took Josh Allen, and again, paying dividends now. It has been paying dividends. He's been good. He's been great this year. I mean, great for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Christian Kirk has been worth every penny they spent on him in free agency as well. Almost a 100-yard day. Had a big catch at the end of the half right there. Unfortunately, didn't bring us any points, but nonetheless, another good day for Kirk. Brent talking with Christian after the game.
How bizarre was the middle section of the game, from you all the way down to the 1 to going for it to maybe a holding call on the interception, and you guys got some call. I mean, just the whole thing.
Yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs, and in big games like this, there can be a lot of emotions and different points of adversity. We score, they score, and just kind of going back and forth. So it definitely was a little weird, but I thought we did a great job of handling all the situations. And when we got our opportunities, just making enough plays. You mentioned it just wasn't pretty at times, but this is the key of being able to get over that and just doing enough to win.
Did you like the Doug call at the end of the half to go for it instead of?
Yes, I did. You have to in that situation, and he's always going to put ourselves, us in situations to go out there and make those plays, and we weren't able to make it, but we were able to get the ball, coming out of half, and kind of get some momentum going.
Massive of a win now that you look at this. You split with them. You have a 2-game lead in the loss column.
Yeah, it's huge. That's what I said. It's a must win for us, and so to be able to get that today on the road, in hostile territory with the way that they're playing, it's just huge. So I can't say it enough about how proud I am of this team and how we were able to fight today.
That drop down the sideline, was that the shadows?
Oh my goodness, that sun. I somehow was able to find the one spot where there was sun on the field, so it was unfortunate. Definitely got to make it, in that situation, but I lost the ball for a couple seconds there.
Do you feel like you're almost unstoppable offensively if you do what you guys are supposed to do?
100%. And our offense and who we are is putting together those long drives, taking what the defense gives us, chipping away, establishing a run game, and then being able to hit on explosives when they're called. And I thought we did all of that today.
On the other side, what did you see from them that suggests that, hey, this might be a budding rivalry for the AFC?
I mean, it starts with that quarterback. CJ's a bright star in this league. What he's able to do, or what he's done, so far in his rookie year, he's definitely going to be a problem, for the next, however many years. And so it was, it's also obviously been fun to watch, but I thought our defense did a great job of just containing him and, being able to minimize some of those explosive plays they've, had throughout the season.
All right, 58 points in the last 2 weeks. Offense getting going. It's kind of playing like we had hoped, and 58 points. And they left points out there, right? If they score the touchdown at the end of the half or kick the field goal, that's 3 more. That'd be 61. They also missed a field goal. That's 64 at the minimum. They're averaging better than 30 points a game if they do what they're supposed to do. Of course, he says he likes the call. It was the wrong call. It's okay, though. Doug Pederson has a Super Bowl ring. We don't. So I'm cool with it. But I still, again, on the road at the end of the half, kick the field goal. Man, we're up 16-7. We get the ball. Boom, we can kill him. Trevor's up. Trevor Lawrence. Did you say Trevor's up? Trevor's up.
They were kind of nipping at our heels in the division. So this is a big game. I mean, they win this game. We're all square, and they beat us twice, so they're first place in the division, and we don't really control our own destiny anymore. Of course you do in other senses, wild card and so many, all those things, big picture. But, for us to be able to continue to control our own destiny, and it's up to us and how we play. We just keep winning. We don't have anything to worry about. We're going to find ourselves in a good spot. So I think in that sense it's a huge game, and send a message. I don't really know about that, but I just think that to take more control of this division and to take that next step and solidify ourselves. I think it's a huge game, and we did a great job of finding a way to win.
Doug talked about how he wanted you guys to learn how to finish games. Is this an example of that, and sort of what was it like kind of going back and forth throughout the game today?
Yeah, that's a really good team, and we anticipated it being a 4-quarter game going down to the end. You never know how it's going to go, and you hope you can take control earlier and make it a little less stressful on yourself. But those type of games, though, are important because that's the way games get at the end of the year. You're going to get everybody's best. Everyone's fighting, they're scratching and clawing to try to win these games, to put themselves in position, for the playoffs and postseason, all those things. So you're going to get everyone's best every week. So those are how games are, and you got to be able to win those games, even though it's not pretty. And of course, I feel like we left a lot out there and could have maybe taken control of the game earlier and put ourselves in a better position, but it takes a lot of perseverance to go finish those games, especially when there's some mistakes and there's some things that happen. And they made some huge plays throughout the game to really flip the momentum and stay in the game and then give themselves a shot. And for us to be able to go finish, like our defense there, getting those sacks, that was huge. So it's cool to see our defense be able to finish the game for us when offensively we were moving the ball but kept kind of stalling out on the 50, 40-yard line in their territory. We got to be better there and be able to close out the game, but it was cool to see our defense play great.
Without Cam, just talk about the job they did today.
They did a great job. Protection was awesome. I don't think I got sacked, right? It was no sacks today, so those guys are playing their tails off. Obviously, we had Ezra jump in there and had to play the rest of the game, and he did a great job. He's going to help us, and it's cool to see him be able to get up to speed that fast. He just got here, so they did a heck of a job. Obviously stepping in for Cam, hopefully he's all is well with Cam, definitely praying for him and hope it's nothing major, but that guy brings a lot of energy and worked hard to get back from injuries in the past, so you kind of hate it for him. So hopefully it's nothing major, but it's cool to see those guys step up and be able to shuffle around and still play well, and protection was awesome. Ran the ball great when we needed to. It was great.
How far was you at the end of the first half? How did that impact the momentum at all, or no?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, that's a huge play for them. We went from trying to think how that whole thing went down. I think they missed the kick, so they're thinking they're going to get 3 points. They missed the kick. We get an opportunity, hit a couple plays, and we hit a big one to Christian. Almost scores, and there's still a second left, and we took our shot and tried to score and get 7, especially getting the ball out of halftime. So that's potentially a 14-point swing that you can get if you score before the half and then you get the ball and score again. That close. They made a great play on defense. I think obviously you want to bet on yourself in that situation. You're on the 1-yard line. Let's go get 7 instead of 3. So I like the aggressiveness. We just got to find a way to get in. That's tough. They made a great play. Got to give credit to them. And I think it's a big opportunity for a big momentum swing for us if we score that touchdown there.
You talked all season about trying to get that chemistry with Calvin. Feels like it's there today, an example of that?
For sure. We're getting better every week. It's coming along with not just Calvin, but the whole offense. We're getting better. We're being more explosive. We're kind of moving the ball at will. We're doing a lot of great things. We got to play cleaner. Too many mistakes, too many dumb penalties, too many, missed opportunities still, even with all the things that we did well. So it's a lot easier, like I said, to get better and coach off a win, though. It's a lot more fun anyways. So we know what we got to do. We got to continue to get better. It's a week-to-week business. We got to bring the same juice next week and play well.
Get a little slowed up on that because it looks like by the way you led him, you expected him to be like a yard further.
Yeah, it's a good question, Gene. I don't want to get in trouble with anything I say. So I think there was, definitely some contact there, but you got to play the game. There's things that happen, and Stingley made a great play. He was actually covering our other guy. He's covering Calvin, and we got what we wanted. And then number 5, I think maybe grabbed a little cloth there and held him up, and they got the pick. They made a great play, and we got to bounce back from those things. So we were able to, fortunately, because that could have been a big momentum swing, and we were able to find a way to win the game.
What can you say about just not just the day that he had, but making the plays in the end? Talking about Josh, fatigue sets in, pass rushers are tired, linemen are tired, you're chasing Stroud all over the place, but he was able. What can you say about what he was able to contribute to the win?
Just like I said, the defense, bearing down when we needed it. I told one of the defensive guys, I've never seen a guy scramble that much in one game. He's just getting around, finding a way to avoid rushers. It seemed like we had good rush, the whole game, and he just kept finding lanes and kept extending plays. And I'm sure as a DB, that's like the worst thing is when you're covering for like 5 seconds because he's extending plays and scrambling around. So, they did a great job offensively of being able to do that and extend plays. But then, our pass rush really stepped up at the end of the game and got some huge sacks. I mean, you look at both those plays to keep them, he almost made it, but to keep them out of field goal range and make that a 58, 59-yarder, that's huge. If you let them get some yards there and they're kicking a 50-yarder, that's a big difference. So, that won us the game, and our defense really stepped up when we needed them. Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it was stressful. When it came off his foot, I was like, oh, it looks short because he kicked it real high, and then it just kept going. I'm like, I think he made it. And then it doinked off. It's crazy how that happened. But, yeah, just great job by our defense keeping him out of field goal range.
From the outside, the way he's playing, the way you guys are playing, the idea of a rivalry between you and C.J. Stroud is an exciting prospect for a fan. Is it something you get into at all?
I want the teams in our division to be as bad as possible. So, no, I'm not. That's how I see it. And the way they're playing, it's exciting, yes. There's going to be I'm sure, some great matchups down the road, and CJ's playing. He's playing lights out. He's doing a great job. To be a rookie and to play how he is, I got a lot of respect for him. I know that. I know how hard it is. I've been in that position. So he's doing a great job, and it's going to be fun for years to come, hopefully. So, but no, I wouldn't prefer that. I'd prefer if the guys in our division didn't have good quarterbacks. It'd be better for us. But he's doing a heck of a job, and just going to keep getting better. He's still obviously young and a rookie, and to be playing how he is now. It's impressive. It's impressive to watch, and it's going to be fun. Thank you all. Appreciate it.
At least he's honest, right? I wish they were all bad, he said. Yeah, we agree, Trev, but ain't going to be that way. You're going to have some shootouts with Houston over the next decade, it looks like. But, man, the Jags in control of the division with the big win today, 24-21. We'll be back tonight, break it all down on Action Sports Jax Prime Time. It's what we do, 10:30 on Fox 30, 11:30 on CBS 47. And then, of course, Jags Report live tomorrow. Brenton Strange scheduled to appear on that program. Come on out to Sneakers and celebrate with us. Another Victory Monday. Oh, there's so much fun. Great crowd last week. Let's keep it rolling and have a great crowd again tomorrow. For the entire crew, appreciate you hanging out with us on the postgame show. Again, we'll see you tonight on Primetime. Hicken here. Jags win 8-3 on the year. 2 dubs in a row. Keep it rolling. And we'll see you tonight. So long.
Jags Nation, thanks for watching the Action Sports Jax postgame show. Sponsored by Farah & Farah, the exclusive injury law firm of the Jaguars.